Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland.
There will be lots of drama, that is for sure. The gloves are off.
Attacke.
What amazing battles going on.
Da musst du alles auf den Punkt bringen.
Oh my goodness.
Da wird's eng. Wow, da geht einer massiv fliegen.
What an amazing move.
Das ist Rennsport at its best.
Yesterday will be remembered for many things. We saw Huub van Eindhoven taking his first ever win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, becoming the 8th first-time winner in this record-breaking 2024 season. We saw an extraordinary drive by Robert De Haan from 23rd on the grid to finish on the podium in 3rd place. We saw another extraordinary drive from James Kellett to move from 11th on the grid to finish 4th. But we saw Harry King taking the championship into the final race of the season. His championship is on a knife edge. He is 25 points behind Larry Ten Voorde, and he is second in the championship as a result of that, with 25 points remaining available for this race. And Harry King is in a great position to potentially win this race, but he needs to do more than win this race. He needs to hope that his championship rival, Larry Ten Voorde, does not score any points at all. You saw from your pictures just now, it's Ariel Levy who starts on pole position for this race. The Israeli driver taking his first ever pole position in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, looking for his first ever win. Harry King will start alongside him. Robert De Haan, yesterday's charger, in 10 minutes within the race had moved his way up into contention for a podium position. He starts 3rd, and yesterday's winner, Huub van Eindhoven, starts 4th. The championship leader, Larry Ten Voorde, starts in 5th position, and all he needs to do is just bring the car home in that position and he will be champion. Just to remind you, 25 points on the table. He has a 25-point lead. If they were to be tied on points at the end of this race, it would be Harry King who would become the champion as a result of having more race wins. It's not just the overall Drivers' Championship. You saw a graphic on your screen just now. The Rookie Championship is still very much all to play for. Robert De Haan, as a result of that drive yesterday, launched himself to the top of the rookie standings, and he is 9 points clear of Cas Havercourt and Flint Schuring. Just 9 points between the top 3. Havercourt and Schuring are in a joint 2nd place with 250 points, and Robert De Haan in the lead of the rookies with 259, with just this one race remaining. In the Pro-Am Championship, there are 2 drivers in it. Søren Spreng leads Mikael Esman by 9 points, and Mikael Esman will be starting ahead of Søren Spreng in this race. The Team Championship is still alive as well. Proton Huber competition leading Uniserver by Team GP Elite. It is an emotional day today because it is going to be the last ever Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany race for Larry Ten Voorde, the very popular Dutch driver, the most successful driver in the history of this legendary series, is going to be retiring after today, and he is the defending champion. He would dearly love to earn his 4th titles on this, his final race in the championship. It is his 124th start in this legendary series. He's had 33 wins, 77 podiums. He's had 3 titles, and he's looking to make it 4. It was all the way back in Hockenheim 2019, here at this very venue, that he took his first ever win. And wouldn't it be poetic if he could wind up his season and his career in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany with another win? Harry King is all about ruining the dreams and shattering them into pieces. That's what he wants to do. He is in a great position, but Ariel Levy Levy is eager for his first ever win. He's finished on the podium, his only podium so far in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. That was back in Oschersleben. But starting from pole position, he is in the strongest possible position. It might not have escaped your notice that the fog has descended here at the Hockenheimring. It was reasonably sunny when I arrived at the circuit a few hours ago this morning, but the fog has descended. Visibility is at a premium. The temperature has dropped to about 12.2 degrees centigrade. As a result of that, the cars are to be given 2 formation laps. That gives them a better opportunity to generate a bit of heat into those tyres. So while they're on those 2 laps, let's have a look at the grid. Ariel Levy with his first ever pole position. Harry King, championship challenger, with it all to play for. Our leading rookie, a hero from yesterday, Robert De Haan, has yesterday's winner, Huub van Eindhoven, alongside him. The reigning champion looking to extend it, Larry ten Voordeel, in his last ever race has Theo Overhaus for company on row 3. And on row 4 of the grid, a disastrous day for Alex Tauscher yesterday, looking to make amends. He's alongside Flint Scheuring, a rookie championship challenger. The other of the rookie challengers, Cas Havercourt, has Colin Berninghausen for company on row 5 of the grid, as we see Kai Pfister being pushed down the pit lane. One of yesterday's overtakers, James Kellett, has Senna van Serlen. He came 3rd in the rookie race yesterday. He's on row 6. Marvin Klan is 13th on the grid. Janis Stiak had a dreadful day yesterday. Didn't take part in quali 1 for the race. Felix Hirschiger is next. Welcome him as a guest driver. He has Sebastian Freimuth for company on row 8 of the grid. Nathan Sharp and Keanu Bloom line up on row 9. Bloom had a great race yesterday. Nathan Sharp certainly didn't. Jan Seifert and Gianluca Tucciaroglu are on row 10 of the grid. And on row 11, it is Mikael Essmann, the pole sitter for the Pro-Am race with Horst Felix Felbermayr for company. And Mikael Essmann taking it all the way to the line here. Søren Spreng is directly behind him, though, and he will be challenging hard. Carol Krent, welcome back after that accident at the Sachsenring. He is alongside another guesting driver, Igor Litvinenko. You saw Kai Pfister's car being pushed off the grid, so if they can get it started, he'll be starting from the pit lane. Means that Christoph Lange is at the back of the pack in the 3rd of the ID Racing cars. We are at the Hockenheimring, a circuit that is 4.574 kilometers around. That equates to about 2.842 miles. You can see Kai Pfister's car there, so they're going to need to remove that. I don't know where it is. I'm just looking out the window. I can't actually see it, but they'll... oh, I can see it now. It's just by the pit lane. In fact, the lights have just sparked up, so I think they've got the engine running on it. So it might be that Kai Pfister will be able to make the start of this race. There's another one. That looks like Theo Overhaus in the Bonk Motorsport Porsche at the end of the pit lane as well. So we've already got drama, and the green lights haven't come on yet. Cars are on their 2nd formation lap, just generating some heat into the tyres and into the brakes. No, it's Carol Krent. Beg your pardon, not Theo Overhaus. Really need to paint those cars differently, don't we? But Carol Krent had a tough time yesterday. Also had a visit to the penalty box and really kind of licking his wounds after what was a very big setback at the Sachsenring. So he'll be starting from the pit lane as well. So that's 2 cars down. It's going to be very exciting. It is the final race of what has been an extraordinary season in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. It has been the 35th season in the longest running Carrera Cup series in the world, and it has been one that has so many twists and turns. As already mentioned, 8 first-time winners this season. That's something we haven't seen ever before. Could it possibly be 9? Ariel Levy would like that. He would like to make the record even greater. He's the first Israeli driver to have ever stood on the podium in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. He wants to be the first ever Israeli driver to take a win. This circuit has 17 turns, 9 to the right, 8 to the left. There are plenty of overtaking opportunities. The best one is into turn 6, the hairpin. They come in towards that at about 260 kilometers an hour, and heavy braking into the hairpin, and then it's a first gear corner. A great overtaking opportunity, but it's also an area where we see so many drivers tripping over each other and ending up having their races ruined. The other thing we will be looking out for is track limits, especially into turn 1. It is turn 1 where the drivers have been running wide, and if track limits are exceeded, the stewards will get involved. We have clearance from the back. Are we ready for the last dance? It's time to find out who the champion of 2024 will be in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. We are go! Headlights blazing through the fog, and a great launch for Ariel Levy into turn 1. Harry King already looking eager. Robert De Haan into turn 3, but goes very deep in towards turn 1. Make that he's into 3rd place. The rest of the cars coming through. The clock is reduced slightly because the extra formation lap already. Ariel Levy feeling the wrath of Harry King. Harry King has to win this race to have any chance at all of the championship. Then he's depending on his main rival in the background having a non-finish. So Harry King steps into the lead. Look like Senna van Serlen, who is going slowly on board, but Larry Tenforder, he is fighting as well. He would love to finish his career in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany on the podium. Now towards that hairpin, they're heavy braking. The right-hander, a 180-degree turn. All the front runners make it around. It's Harry King leading the way, having mugged Ariel Levy. Now Levy coming under pressure also from Robert De Haan, and it looked like Hugh van Eindhoven as well, challenging for position. But Harry King, he's done what he needs to do. It's now dependent on Larry Tenforder, who is behind in 5th place, to not score any points. It is a big ask indeed. If everything remains as it is now, Larry Tenforder would be a 4-time champion in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. Harry King will have his elbows out. That will be the widest Porsche in the whole of Germany. Nobody is going to get past him. You just know it. Robert De Haan, 2nd in the race and the leading rookie. 2nd in the rookies is Flint Schuring. 3rd in the rookies, Cass Havercourt in 9th place. So if the race finished now, Robert De Haan would be the rookie champion. Mikael Esman is ahead of Zoran Spreng. So Zoran Spreng is in 20, just looking to wait for them to cross the line, 23rd place. Mikael Esman in 22nd, but Mikael Esman leading in the Pro-Ams at the moment. So much to look at. Theo Overhaus, he was in the wars yesterday, looking to make amends today on the outside of yesterday's winner, Hugh van Eindhoven. This is for 4th place. Larry Tenforder in there as well. He's not about just backing off and bringing it home and getting a couple of points. He only needs 1 point from this race to become the champion. He's still pushing forward. He wants to finish his Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany career on the podium. He's going all the right ways about it at the moment, challenging for 5th place, but Hugh van Eindhoven coming back. It is the battle of the Dutch drivers. There are many Dutch drivers in the field. Look at their cars, all fighting for position. The headlights burning their way through the thick fog. Around to turn 8 they come. The heavy braking once again into the left-hander. It's Harry King who leads the way for Robert De Haan, Ariel Levy, Theo Overhaus, Larry Tenforder, Hugh van Eindhoven. 2nd in the rookies is Flint Schuring. That would not be enough to win him the title. Larry Tenforder in 7th place. That would be enough to win him the title. And Alex Tauscher in 8th. The one thing now that Larry Tenforder cannot afford is a non-finish. Looking again at Harry King on the outside of Ariel Levy, taking that lead position, sweeping around the outside. Robert De Haan fancied a bit of the action on the inside, didn't he? But it was Harry King, the man who has so much determination from Great Britain, has taken a lot of people by surprise and by storm here in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany over the last couple of years, is now leading the way in this, the final race of the season. season, and he is looking for his 5th win of the season. If the race finished now, you can see that Larry Tenforder would win the championship by 9 points. So Larry Tenforder needs to keep doing what he's doing, and he needs to bring the car home. That is most important of all. We saw Horst Felix Feldmar taking a very wide line through the corner. Looking at Larry Tenforder, it's an emotional day for him as he says goodbye to Cup Racing, to Porsche. He's going to be setting up the Larry Tenforder Driving Academy. He is already tutoring many drivers, none more so than Flint Schuring. Right, that's one of the ID Racing cars. That's James Kellett. What a disaster for him. Also, Marvin Clan, the splitter is off Kellett's car. So he had such high hopes for this race after such a great performance yesterday. But it looks like his season is coming to a premature end. He was on the inside of his teammate, and then a bit of late braking into Marvin Klein. Quite a big impact. Managed to avoid, I think Janis Stierk might have been in there. It was Colin Berninghausen who was in there as well. So Keanu Blum, he escaped it as well. And there comes Janis Stierk on the inside. But such a shame for James Kellett. We got a safety car that is out. So the 7/10 lead that Harry King had will be reduced to nothing. Great pictures, very, very spectacular. The flames coming from the back of the Marvin Klein Porsche. Whether he is able to rejoin remains to be seen. He's got the car rolling. It depends on whether he's got any damage. That was quite a big impact. James Kellett, that's not how he wanted the season to finish. He had such a good day yesterday. He was on a roll at the Red Bull Ring. He was buzzing when I spoke to him this morning, ready to challenge for a podium position. But it looks like his season has come to an end at turn 6, and he has retired. Safety car is out. We have 21 minutes and 10 seconds remaining of this race. So just to remind you, the race is marginally shorter by a couple of minutes as a result of the extra formation lap. So you can see Kellett was on the inside of Keanu Blum there. Marvin Clan, well, Kellett will argue that Clan shut the door. I'm sure that Clan would argue that he had the line through the corner. Whichever way, it's kind of irrelevant because Marvin Clan is down in 24th place and James Kellett is out of the race. So the stewards will take a look at that. But it's kind of a moot point, really, because both drivers have had their days terminated early. Keanu Blum taking a very wide line. He was looking good yesterday as he just avoids the drama that was unfolding in front of him. Just looking at the Pro-Am race, we're looking at James Kellett looking pretty despondent as he strolls away from the car. If the race were to finish now, Zoran Spreng would become the champion. It would be 157 points, 167 points, and it would be 161 points. There is James just surveying the battle scene. It would be 161 points for Mikael Essmann. So if the race finished now, Zoran Spreng would be champion in the Pro-Am standings. If the race finished now, Robert De Haan would be champion in the rookie standings. And if the race finished now, Larry Tenforder would be the overall title winner, his 4th title in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany in his final season in this legendary series. But at the moment, Harry King, he knew he only had to do one thing. When he got out of bed this morning, he was, I've got to get into the lead and I've got to stay there. And I've got to wish for lots of bad luck for Larry Tenforder. Well, I have to tell you, the bad luck for Larry Tenforder was unlikely going to come from any kind of errors. He is in 7th place at the moment as we just see the 81st Porsche Carrera Cup Germany race at the Hockenheimring. Confirmation of that as well. But Larry Tenforder doesn't make many errors, it has to be said, but the car has to go the distance. He has to avoid other people making errors as well. And he's got to do that for the next 18 minutes and 50 seconds plus 1 lap. So Harry King has done everything that he can. Big crowd here, peering through the mist. We're looking again at the reason why we are behind the safety car. A lot of charging for positions into that hairpin. What did we say? at the start of the race. The hairpin, a great overtaking opportunity, and you can see some overtakes going on. Also, a great opportunity to lose it all, and that's what's happened with James Kellett and Marvin Clan. The two cars coming together. You can see there is a gap on the inside of Clan. He will probably say that he had the line into the corner. James Kellett would probably say, I had my nose in the gap, but that's for the stewards to decide, certainly not for us. Right, safety car is in on this lap. He's up at 12 at the moment as we look at yet more slow-mos of the cars going scattering. So Harry King, he's done a fair few of these over the years. He will back the pack up. Safety car will disappear off into the pit lane. You can see how big the crowd is. It took me an awful long time to get to my commentary position this morning. This circuit is absolutely packed with spectators. We're here for the DTM season finale. We're here for the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany finale as well. As always, Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany stealing the headlines. The sight, the sound, the speed is always something to behold. Harry King would love to leave Hockenheim with a title under his belt. It's out of his hands at the moment. Robert De Haan, after yesterday's charge, would dearly love to steal that win away from Harry King. He was so quick yesterday. We've already seen De Haan and King very much getting together as the season has progressed. There are two drivers who do not give an inch. We are back under green flag conditions, through the fog once again, headlights ablaze. It's Harry King from Robert De Haan, our pole sitter Ariel Levy in third place, Theo Eberhaus there as well, Hugh van Eindhoven, Flint Scher in second in the rookies, Larry Tenford in seventh place, then Alex Tauscher. Just confirmation there of the points situation. If the race were to finish now, Larry Tenford would be the champion. There's another car in the background that has gone spinning. I thought it was Horst Felix Feldmayer. Yes, it is. He's minus the right front wheel. So Feldmayer with three wheels on the wagon. This is going to bring out another safety car. So the cars are almost certainly going to be brought back to single file because that wheel has got to be recovered, and more importantly, the car needs to be recovered as well. So with 16 minutes still remaining, we're going to get this race going one day, honestly. Let's have a look here. Who's in the background heading into turn one? The wheel had parted company. Actually, it's in towards turn two. The wheel had parted company with the wagon already. You just saw it bouncing off the wall. And Horst Felix Feldmayer, well, he got overtaken by his own wheel there, didn't he? Pointing in the wrong direction and the wheel heading towards him. But he is another one whose season is going to come to an early end, and that is such a shame. There is the wheel disappearing off, having a little race of its own, bouncing off the wall and then coming back across the track to where Horst Felix Feldmayer tried to reunite itself with the car, I dare say. There it is, and Michael Essmann did well to avoid that. Søren Spreng did well to avoid that as well. But all is good, and a bit of a race going on there. The wheels are lapped down now. So safety car is back out, as we thought it might be. The wheel will be retrieved. That's such a shame for Horst Felix Feldmayer. He has had a kind of an up and down season. Really hope we're going to see him again. His best was a 5th place at Imola earlier this year. This is his 31st race, and he walks back to the pits. Hopefully we will see him again in 2025. Just while we have a moment to let you know, the calendar for next year is out. If you haven't seen it, please do check it out. We're kicking the season off at Imola in May, 18th to 20th, not in May, in April, the 18th to 20th of April in Imola, and then we're heading to Spa-Francorchamps in May, then to Zandvoort, but we're heading to the Norrisring as Janis Stiak also retires the car, the number 15 car. It's been a torrid weekend for him. Yeah, we're back at the Norrisring in July, around the streets of Nuremberg. First time since 2019. Looking forward to that. Right, Janis Stiak, well, he was a first-time winner. We saw that at the Sachsenring, but it's not going to be the case today. He had a crash in free practice on Friday. He was unable to take part in qualifying for yesterday's race. I was able to qualify for today's race, but really has not had the track time, has not had any opportunities to get a setup on that car, and now he's parked up in the pit lane Another one whose season has come to a premature end. Looking at the timing screens, we've also lost Senna van Serlen. I said to you we'd seen him in the background going wide. He is also retired from the race. We've also lost Kai Pfister. I don't think he ever took the green flag. So we've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars, 6 cars now with Janis Stiak peeling off into the pits. So a few less to contend with, which is a real shame. Certainly not the end to the season that we were hoping for some of these drivers. Right, on board with Søren Spreng. If things remain as they are, as we see, once again, Horst Felix Felbermayer's incident. If things remain as they are, it will be Søren Spreng who will win the Pro-Am Championship on account of coming in second in the Pro-Ams in this race. But it won't be by much. It'll be by about 6 points. Third in the Pro-Am race is Christoph Lange. Now, Christoph Lange is a guest driver, so he will not score points. So if things just remain as they are now, Søren Spreng will be crowned the champion in the Pro-Am category. We are behind the safety car. 12 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. You need those headphones. If you've ever seen Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany live, well, you'll know people either love it or they just gaze into the distance. You don't know what's hit you when this lot come past you. It's a wonderful sight to behold. Us petrol heads love it. Right, safety car will be in on this lap. We're heading up towards the hairpin at the moment, keeping the heat in the tyres. That's why they're weaving. At the moment, Harry King is the race leader. Robert De Haan in second, Ariel Levy in third. There's your 1, 2, 3. There's the big crowd packed in with their hats and scarves and flasks or whatever it is they have in the Hockenheim area to keep them warm because it's a right nippy autumnal day here. The season closer for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany 2024. We know a lot of people are watching us around the world. We say welcome along. I hope you're going to enjoy the last 11.5 minutes of this season. We see people who are watching online, streaming on TV channels. I hope you've enjoyed what has been an absolutely classic season for Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. And I mean absolutely classic, certainly the best that I can remember in a very long time. Right, safety car lights are off. 11 minutes plus 1 lap remaining of this 2024 season. Harry King doing all that he needs to do, looking for his 5th win. Larry Tenforder doing what he needs to do to win this championship with a 7th place. He needs to stay out of trouble. He needs the car to hold together. We are green with 10 minutes and 40 seconds plus 1 lap remaining. Harry King leading Robert De Haan across the line. I spoke to Robert De Haan this morning as well, and he fancied the top step of the podium. He's already a race winner. Took his first race win at Oschersleben earlier this year. Looking for his 2nd win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. That car that is prepared by Timo Bernhard's Team 75 Bernhard crew is dialed in. There's Keanu Bloom, who looks to the inside of Colin Berninghausen. There's a spinner, Gas Havercourt. The flames once again from the back of the Porsche. He keeps it going, but that could be the end of Gas Havercourt's challenge for the rookie title. The driver who took his first win of the season at the Hockenheimring earlier this year, getting turned around towards the hairpin once again. Harry King leading the way, but now Robert De Haan with Ariel Levy having a little look to the outside. So as long as Ariel Levy's putting the pressure on, Robert De Haan is going to struggle to do anything about the leader, Harry King. Theo Overhaus in 4th place. Yesterday's winner, Huub van Eindhoven, just behind him. Then Flint Schuring, 2nd in the rookie race. Looking here again at Keanu Bloom to the inside of Colin Berninghausen. And then Gas Havercourt just in front, turning around. So maybe just a racing incident. Keanu Bloom, another driver. I don't think there was any contact. Maybe there was. Gas Havercourt, certainly a very, very competent pilot. So now this is going to give us an insight, isn't it? This is on board with Cas Havercourt, looking to the inside. Oh yeah, there was. So a little tap from Keanu Bloom. Keanu, who has a great social media channel. You want to check out his Instagram, but he probably won't be posting videos of that too many times, I don't suppose. And there's Gianluca Tucciaroglu also getting turned around. Also, and there was Jan Seifert, also Felix Hersiger in the back Autotech car. I was about to say welcome back to Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany to FAC Autotech. Great to have them back on the grid as guests in this, the final race of the season. But who was behind them? Oh, that was, looked like Nathan Sharp in there as well. Certainly one of the Allied cars, or it might have been Igor Litvinenko. He's a driver worth looking out for. Number 26, he's in 12th place at the moment. There is Nathan Sharp buried in the barrier. Yet another safety car. Oh boy, are we actually going to get this race underway properly? Nathan Sharp has gone straight on. Now that's at the Sachs Curva, I think, up through the gravel trap. Piece of fence that was visited by Sebastian Vettel the last time Formula 1 was here, if I remember rightly. So he's into the barrier. We've lost Gianluca Tucciaroglu. We've lost Jan Seifert. This is like one of those destruction derbies. Last car left running wins. Well, at the moment, Harry King is at the front of that queue. Bad news for him is that Larry Tenforda is still running and is about to become the champion in 7.5 minutes unless something changes. So it was Felix Hersiger involved in that. We saw that as well as Gianluca Tucciaroglu and Jan Seifert, and there was Nathan Sharp, another driver who's had a very up and down season. He's one of Jan Kaspelik's trainees, if you want to put it that way, for Allied Racing. Jan, who takes drivers, takes them under his wing and really teaches them how to race. His best result so far was an 8th place at his home Grand Prix at Zandvoort. He's not going to be improving on that here. He had a torrid day yesterday and recorded a non-finish. So it's going to be 2 non-finishes for him here at the season closer at the Hockenheimring. I don't think it's going to take him long to get that car moved. I don't think there's anything else that's going to need moving either. So I'm hoping this is going to be a fairly short safety car period. I think Larry Tenforda would be quite happy if we spent the next 6.5 minutes behind the safety car, because that's less opportunities for somebody to get into the back of him or to give him something to worry about. The 7th place would be enough to win him his 4th championship. He's already the most successful driver in the history of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. He really wants to go out on an absolute high. There's Robert De Haan weaving to keep the heat in the tyres. He still has his sights set on the top step of the podium. Søren Spreng, you can see 6 points clear of Michael Essmann if things remain as they are now in the championship. Essmann is leading the Pro-Am race though, 13th place overall, which is a good result for him. And if he finishes there, it will be his best result ever in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. He's had a couple of 16th places at Sachsenring, one in 23 and one in 24. So if he could bring the car home in 13th place, that certainly would be his best ever result, and a great way to finish off his challenge for the title in the Pro-Am Championship. Right, safety car is in on this lap. So Robert De Haan running out of time to find a route past Harry King. Just over 5.25 minutes, just under 5.25 minutes now, plus 1 lap. Lights are off on the safety car. Harry King, probably fed up with looking at the back of the car. Beautiful livery for the Sixt sponsorship, but he'd rather have an open track in front of him. And the headlights through the fog once again. Harry King weaving to keep the heat in the tyres. There's Ariel Levy there as well, ready to jump. Keep an eye on Theo Overhaus, Huub van Eindhoven, Flint Schuring. It ain't over until the checkered flag falls. Robert De Haan tucked up tight behind Harry King. Both these drivers will not give an inch. They will be ready to challenge all the way to the flag. Robert De Haan almost pushing Harry King into turn 17 and out onto the pit straight. They'll see the green flag ahead of them. De Haan has anticipated the start well. Harry King leads the queue across the line. They're not allowed to overtake until they cross the start-finish line. But here comes Harry King in towards turn one. Robert De Haan right behind him. Ariel Levy there as well. The rest of the cars coming through. The stewards have taken a look at the incident that we saw and said no further action. It was a racing incident. Challenges for position further back. Colin Bernighausen to the inside. I think it was Alex Tauscher. He was challenging in the number 13 car. The rest of the cars going through turn four. Now along the Parabolica, part of the track taken absolutely flat out. One of the fastest sections of the track up into fifth gear. 260 kilometers an hour. Robert De Haan weaving a little, looking to the inside. Ariel Levy challenging on the outside of the hairpin. He likes it there, doesn't he? But he's left himself vulnerable to Theo Overhaus. Huub van Eindhoven in there as well. That looks like, is that Søren Spreng or Sebastian Freimer? There's a car through the penalty box, while that was Keanu Bloom. I've had no indication that he's had a penalty, certainly nothing on the timing screens, but clearly he has received a penalty lap because we saw him driving through the penalty box, but we haven't been informed of that up in our race commentary booth. On board with Larry ten Voorde. Larry in 8th place now, so he's lost a position to Alex Tauscher. Now Colin Bernighausen getting involved. Larry having to play a very safe game. He didn't have the pace yesterday, but he needs to hold this together, because if Harry King wins this race, they will be, well, if Larry ten Voorde didn't score any points, they would be level on points. So Larry ten Voorde needs to score just 1 point from this race, and it doesn't matter what Harry King does, Larry ten Voorde would be the champion. There is Harry King doing exactly what he set out to do. The race finished now. There's your confirmation. Robert De Haan would lead Flint Scheuring, Cas Havercourt in the rookie championship. Cas, who was the leader in the rookie classification for so long. Flint Scheuring, one of our newest winners in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. There's Carol Krent looking to come back on the inside of Keanu Bloom, who clearly, right now it's flashed up on my screen, Keanu Bloom had 2 penalty laps awarded for causing a collision with Cas Havercourt, so that's the equivalent of adding 10 seconds onto his lap time. Such a shame. He had such a good day yesterday, so both of the ID Racing drivers are having a tough time. We've got a third ID Racing driver on the grid in the shape of Christoph Langer. He is currently in 18th place. Right, less than 2 minutes remaining on the clock. We seem to have spent rather a lot of this race behind the safety car, but now we are well and truly under green flag conditions. There is a minute and a half plus 1 lap remaining of this, the 35th season of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, and we are here at the Hockenheim. We are about to crown the champions, the 3 driver champions and the team champions of this series. All 4 championships were open coming into today, but in about 3 minutes time we will know the identity of all of those champions. Harry King doing everything that he can at the front of the pack. Robert De Haan doesn't appear to have anything. You can see how hard Ariel Levy's pushing in 3rd place. Larry ten Voorde has fended off Colin Bernighausen, so Colin in 9th place. So once again, out across towards turn 1 they come, just picking up a bit of curb, not exceeding the track limits. The rest of the field following behind. If the race finished now, it would be Mikael Esman who would win in the Pro-Am race, but it would be Søren Spreng who would be the Pro-Am champion. Søren Spreng in 16th place, Mikael Esman in 13th place. So he's been overtaken by Felix Hersiger in the FAC Auto Tech car, and there is Søren Spreng. We ride on board with him. He has a glorious view of the fog up ahead of him, and if the race finished now, it would be Søren Spreng who wins in the Pro-Am classification, but he still needs to bring it home. He's got to finish this race. Looking down from the hairpin. Right, 5 seconds remaining on the clock, so it's going to be what remains of this lap, then 1 more lap in this 2024 season of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. A season that's had so many highs and so many lows. Is there going to be 1 more more sting in the tail? Is there going to be one more twist in the story of this season? It has been a classic season. Harry King in control at the front, but Larry Tenforder on with one hand, maybe almost two hands on the trophy as he looks to successfully defend the title. We are about to start the last lap of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany 2024 style, and it's Harry King who will try and finish the season as he started it, leading the field across the line out towards turn one. Robert De Haan putting the pressure on once again. There's Alex Tauscher. There is Larry Tenforder fending off Colin Bernighausen. Robert De Haan is our leading rookie driver. There is Christoph Huber, the team owner of Proton Huber Competition, looking on. It's going to be emotional for everybody if Larry Tenforder can hold this together now for the final lap. Out along the parabolica they come, turn 5 towards the hairpin, which is turn 6. The fog is thick, but the headlights are burning through. Robert De Haan to the inside of Harry King, and Harry goes spinning. The championship is over. Harry King spinning on the hairpin. Larry Tenforder goes through. Robert De Haan takes the lead of the race. Disaster for Harry King, and it is Robert De Haan who now leads the way on this, the final lap in towards turn 9 and turn 10. Harry King a long way now back down the order, having to fight his way back. The championship is gone. It's going to go the way of Larry Tenforder. There is Ariel Levy in second place. Ariel Levy in the lead. Ariel Levy in all of that has gone past both of them. So Ariel Levy from Israel takes the lead of the race on the very last lap. It's going to be a first ever win for the Israeli Ariel Levy. Out of turn 17, across the line, he takes the win that he's been aiming for so long. Ariel Levy is a race winner. Second, Theo Overhaus. Third, Huub van Eindhoven. Is Flint Schering in fourth place. Then it's Alex Tauscher. But Larry Tenforder is about to become the champion of 2024. The most successful driver in the history of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany wins his fourth title here at the Hockenheimring. There is Christoph Huber. The release of emotion can now start. Larry Tenforder's fourth championship title in the bag. The most successful driver in the history of this series. On the day that he retires from the series, wins the championship. But Ariel Levy takes a first ever win. So what has happened? Robert De Haan is going to be in third place in the rookies. So I'm going to have to do some quick calculations here. We're looking again at a replay of that. Flint Schering will have won in the rookie race. Robert De Haan just taking a very wide line out of the hairpin. I didn't see where Ariel Levy got past him. So I'm doing the maths at the same time. Oh, this could all go wrong, couldn't it? It's certainly a dramatic finish. I said, is there a last twist, a last sting in the tail of this season? The answer was yes. Now, according to my calculations, Robert De Haan and Flint Schering are level on points in the rookie championship. So we're going to have to go to count back on this. Oh, this is my worst nightmare. So Robert De Haan, he has won once. No, he wasn't. He's won 7 times. I beg your pardon. He's won once overall. He's won 7 times in the rookie race. Flint Schering has won 3 times. So I believe because the car's in second place. No, hang on a sec. Yeah, no, in second place was Colin Bernighausen. Litvinenko is third, but Litvinenko is a guest driver, so I don't think that he scores any points. It means that Robert De Haan is fourth in the rookie, so he would get elevated up into third as we're looking at replays of that again. And there is Harry King, and he probably was expecting something because, well, the one thing about Robert De Haan is he never gives up. If Litvinenko doesn't score, it means De Haan goes up to third place in the rookies. That makes him level on points with Flint Schuring. That will go to countback. In the meantime, in the Pro-Am race, Mikael Essmann won in the Pro-Ams, but it's Søren Spreng who wins the title in the Pro-Am Championship. But in the overall championship, there's no doubting about that. Larry Ten Forder entertaining the fans in the South Bend grandstand, doing the donuts. Spoke to Larry very briefly last night, saw him this morning. I have to say, I have not seen him looking this tense in a long time, if ever. It's a big day for Larry Ten Forder, but finally, he can breathe a sigh of relief. It is his 119th start in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, and he takes the championship, his 4th championship title. Ariel Levy, though, takes his first ever win. What a record-breaking year this has been. So many first-time winners. We had one yesterday, we had one today. We don't know which way to look. Larry Ten Forder beats the roof of his car in absolute delight and receives congratulations from his team. What a way to go out. He shocks everybody. It's Christoph Huber. No, come back, he says. Come back, Christoph, who is the co-team owner of Proton Huber competition, celebrating. Also, there's Maurice Schuring as well, the brother of Flint Schuring. There's Maurice Schuring's dad as well in there. Brilliant stuff, all celebrating. So Flint Schuring, I believe, so I think it's Litvinenko. So I think Litvinenko is a substitute driver and not a guest. So it means, well, we get a bit late to the party here, aren't we? It means that Flint Schuring takes the rookie title because Litvinenko is not a guest driver. He is a substitute driver. He is in the Allied racing car. He's taken the seat that was entered already. It means that Robert De Haan finishes in 4th place in the rookie race. I was wondering why the Schuring family were on meltdown. Well, now we know why, because Flint Schuring wins the rookie championship. Oh boy, so many twists and turns, even after the flag had fallen. So the rookie champion is Flint Schuring. The Pro-Am champion is Søren Spreng. The overall champion is Larry Ten Forder. What an astonishing race. What an astonishing way to finish the season. Oh, and by the way, we just had our 9th first-time winner this season in the shape of Ariel Levy. And there is Flint Schuring and Maurice Schuring. I thought they're celebrating very hard. I mean, they are in Proton Huber competition as well, the same team as Larry Ten Forder. I thought that's very good of them to celebrate. Now we know why. There was that move from Robert De Haan. Some would say it was a dive bomb. Some would say it was optimistic. Some would say it's good, hard racing. And we see why Robert De Haan couldn't make it. Look at that left rear wheel. That's why he wasn't able to take the lead, which is what I thought was going to happen. Proton Huber competition, well, no surprises there. Take the team championship as well. It is a clean sweep for Proton Huber competition. Brilliant stuff there. The only team to spoil the party would be GP Elite, but Proton Huber didn't have anybody in the Pro-Am category anyway. So Søren Spreng successfully defends his Pro-Am title. So much to think about, so much to talk about. We're going to be picking the bones out of this for the rest of the season. Well, the rest of the season, the rest of the year. The season's over for the rest of the year. There is Christoph Huber. Come here, he says. Have a look at this. Brilliant stuff. And member of the team that we lost earlier on this year. Very, very sad indeed. And the sticker just remembering him as well on the front of that car. And very, very mixed emotions at this season finale. Oh boy, there's Ariel Levy crossing the line. The twists and turns came even after the checkered flag had finished. So, to summarize, in the Pro-Am Championship, the winner is Søren Spreng. In the Rookie Championship, the winner is Flint Schuring. In the Team Championship, the winner is Proton Huber Competition. In the Drivers' Championship, the winner is Larry ten Voorde. The Dutch driver came on to the scene back in 2016. And he has been a force to be reckoned with ever since. He made his debut at the Nürburgring in 2017. Started off in Porsche Sports Cup. Since then, in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, he has gone on to take 33 wins, 77 podiums, and now 4 titles. He's had 215 starts in Porsche Cup racing in general, and 73 wins. He is an absolute machine. We add the 4 titles in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany to his 3 in Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup. He's also won a title as Christoph Lange. Congratulates him. He's also won a title in Porsche Carrera Cup Italia. One of the absolute greats, the most successful driver in the history of this series. He now retires and he sets up the Larry ten Voorde Driving Academy. He said he gets as big a buzz out of encouraging others. There's Torsten van Haasteren from GP Elite, congratulating him as well. The others from GP Elite. He said he gets as big a buzz out of nurturing others and training and taking them under the wing as he does out of winning. And we've seen that already. We've seen him helping so many drivers. He's worked with Alex Tauscher. He's worked with Flint Schuring. He's worked with many other drivers, coaching and helping them and teaching them. I was at Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux last weekend, and he was there as well, coaching the drivers in that series. That's where he sees his future now. But there's a driver with a massive future ahead of him. I say ahead of him because, unbelievably, Ariel Levy is only in his 3rd year of car racing. We saw him take a win in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux last year. He's been looking for that elusive win in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. When he signed up with Uniserva by GP Elite, we knew that he was going to be a contender. He's come so close on several occasions. He took that first podium back at Oschersleben. He had to wait a bit longer for the first win. There's another first-time winner. We saw Søren Spreng, who is the reigning Pro-Am champion. You saw Theo Overhaus, who won earlier this year. With them was one of the up-and-coming superstars in Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, Colin Bernighausen. We look again at Larry ten Voorde. It felt like he was a man under pressure this weekend. Really needed to get it going, to keep it going. I said to him on Friday, if you win, are you going to cry? And he said, no, but you will. And witty to the end. When I first started doing this job many years ago, I sat down for dinner, and this guy sat opposite me, and I recognise you from somewhere. Who are you? And he went, I'm Larry ten Voorde. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know who you are. Boy, do we all know who he is now. He is the most successful driver in the history of the series. 3rd step at a podium, yesterday's winner. Not a bad weekend's work for Huub van Eindhoven. 2nd place goes to Theo Overhaus. But a first ever win for Israel's Ariel Levy. To the top step of the podium he goes. Matthias Kedzieskri, I do believe, the race mechanic from Uniserva by Team GP Elite, will receive the trophy on behalf of the team. And check this out. For the first time ever in the history of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany, you're going to hear the Israeli national anthem. A new sound, a new driver on the top step of the podium as Larry Tenforder moves to a different career. The next wave of drivers coming through. Torsten Rücker, the project manager, customer support of Porsche, presenting the third place trophy to Huub van Eindhoven. Second place is presented by Thomas Loudenbach. He's the vice president of Porsche Motorsport. And a name from the past presenting the winning trophy. Jörg Bergmeister, the Porsche Carrera Germany champion of 2000 and now the brand ambassador of Porsche, presents the winning trophy to Ariel Levy. He also presents the winning trophy to the team, Uniserva by GP Elite. And the drivers will now pose for photos. The release of the tension as the 16th and final race of the 35th season of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany comes to a close. We're going to be back in April in Imola. We're going to be at Spa-Francorchamps in May, Zandvoort in June, Norrisring in July, don't miss that. Nürburgring in August, Sachsenring in August, the Red Bull Ring in September, and we're back here this time next year for the season closer at the Hockenheimring. Check out all the details on the various socials for Porsche and on their websites. You get all the dates, what is possibly going to happen next year. Well, we already know we're going to have a new champion next year. Can anything match the drama of the 35th season? I doubt it, but it's still going to be good, isn't it? Congratulations, Larry Tenforder. Enjoy your retirement. Thank you to everybody who's joined us throughout this fantastic season. We'll see you in 2025. Bye-bye.